Hello, happy Sunday. I told you guys, back to regular programming on the channel. I'm getting ready this morning. I'm also in the Gold Coast, let me show you. This is my view. What? I love the fact that I get to escape Melbourne winter, but let's get ready and let's chat. I took myself on a little solo date last night and I put a question box up on my Instagram and I said, ask me anything, I miss you guys, and ignore this pimple, by the way. And I realized I haven't done a video like this in forever. I need another way to look at myself because I can't look into that part of the camera. But I was like, let me yap and get ready with you. And I haven't eaten anything as well, so if you think I'm half asleep, I am. Is that in the camera? Oh, it is. Sorry. So when you are watching this, I'm actually going to be going on my first ever trip with my sister. Can you believe that? It's taken us 30 something years to go away together. Well, that's not true. We actually used to go to bush doofs and camping together. She took me to one. That was so long ago. But this trip will be in Byron, and go over to my TikTok and my Instagram. I'll probably be sharing more in real time then. Obviously, once I get home, I'll edit that content and you guys will get your own Byron vlog. I've never been to Byron before, so I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited to just spend time with my sister. I'm gonna mix about 3 foundations this morning because it's an event. I'm going to the Jazz Handmade birthday party. Birthday party, I'm so excited. How do I want to do this? But let's get into your questions because why not? Wow, I'm so yappy. First question, did you recently take a break from YouTube? We missed you. Yes, I did. I posted a monthly favorites video, I think it was like back in June, and then I just took like 4 weeks off. More for a little bit of time out for myself, and if anything, it just reminded me that I can take a break and I can still work with brands that I love as long as I'm organized with my content. I definitely think obviously my organic content took a hit because when, you know, I try to unwind, I do want to try and give myself a little bit of a break. But then in saying that, I still kept podcast episodes rolling out for you. The only platform that I think was like really impacted was maybe this one, which I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you guys so much. And I'm grateful for all the well wishes. So many of you were just worried about me and checking on me, but I was so fine. And I really appreciate you guys checking in and looking out for me. And if anything, it just made me more excited to come back. Because as you know, I love oversharing. I love bringing you along. And yeah, I can't be without you. I'm worried about that AC being on, if you can hear me all right. Fingers crossed that you can. Right, I've gone in with another foundation. I was so tempted last night to go and get a bottle of fake tan and fake tan because I'm obviously in winter, I've faded, I'm pale, that's okay. But I just feel like my makeup sits worse. I don't feel that great, and the reason I don't fake tan is because I don't like the smell and I don't like how it feels on me and I don't like sleeping in it overnight. I was just gonna buy like a 1 hour express and try that, and I'm regretting not doing it this morning because I just think the outfit would have looked better. I would have looked better. I've got a wedding and a hens coming up, so I think I might even go book in a spray tan for that, just to give me a little bit of like oomph, you know, now that we're out of winter. Pinch punch, last day of the month at the time of this coming out, and we made it, we survived. My winter baddies. I'm so over it. But like I said, very grateful that I get to come here. If you weren't doing content creation / social media, that is too much. Far out. What do you think you would be doing? And I believe I might very well have just been in my last job. Like I did really love that job, and I've said it to you guys a few times. I didn't leave it because I hated it. I just left it because I loved this one more, and creating content doesn't feel like work to me. It's fun. It makes me happy. I love this community. I'm grateful every day for it. And it doesn't feel the same in the sense of, well, I mean, I'm working for myself now, whereas before I worked for somebody else. So it is different. And for those of you who don't know what I did before this, I was a business development manager. I was actually a sales manager in my last role before I resigned. And I used to work with builders and developers that were building high-rise apartments similar to the place I'm staying right now, and I would sell them their energy, so their electricity, their gas, things like solar, things like hot water, things like electric vehicle chargers, things like that. And I loved it. I know it sounds so random compared to what I do now, but I worked my way up. I worked in the corporate energy industry, kind of slash construction industry, for most of my 20s, and slowly climbed the ladder. So I'd probably be doing that. I can't think of anything else I'd want to do. Ooh, any exciting trips coming up? Well, I told you guys about Byron. That's really the only trip away. But I did mention the wedding, and that is in Victoria, not in Melbourne. So we'll be staying overnight for that. My partner's in that wedding, so very excited to, he's been practicing his speech. It's so cute. Really looking forward to that. That's what September kind of has been all about, which means I need to get an outfit for the hens. Oh, I'm so unorganized. I need to get an outfit for the hens. I want to tell you guys the theme of the hens, but I'm worried in case the bride, would the bride know? Surely the bride would know. I'm not going to say it just in case, but the hens is themed, so I don't really have anything that fits the theme, which is why I'm like, I need to get an outfit. I might see if I can order something online, or if I have time in between getting home from the Gold Coast, going to Byron, to go to a rental place and rent something. I'm looking more alive. This one makes me have anxiety because it's something you hope you have achieved in 10 years. That would make me 42. I'm not ready to think about being 42 this morning. I haven't even had a coffee yet. No, what do I hope to have achieved by 42? Personally, I'd like to be married. I would like to be married to my boyfriend, like my boyfriend right now. He's really, if I think about other people I've dated, when I've thought about having babies, getting married, I never could envision that with anybody else, but I can envision that with him. So yeah, married, babies. We want 2 babies. We are not trying, it's not something that is happening right now. It's something that we would like to happen in the next few years. And, you know, touch wood. However, hopefully it happens in the way that we want. If it doesn't, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Trying not to stress about that. Trying not to stress about my biological clock. That good old thing, just tick, 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 ticking away. But wow, 42, that's scary. No, it's not. Aging is a privilege. It is. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how I grow and change, how my life grows and change, how my life grows and changes. Whoa. But yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about. And then professionally, I would love to have my own brand and my own like products. I would love to keep working with brands that I love. I would love to keep having a community. I do hope that, you know, my community kind of grows with me and we get to go through things together, you know, like getting engaged at the same time or getting pregnant at the same time. That would be so cute. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And obviously at the end of every day, I just want myself, my family, my closest people to just be like happy, healthy, and like live long, good lives. So I think that goes without saying. I should have done my eyes first because I do want to do just a little, you know, like a tiny little smoky like wing that I'm gonna have fall out all over my cheek. which I do not like. So I'm really concentrating for this one. I think that's alright. I've just gotten hungry, but if I order something, I'm gonna have to go down and get it, and I don't want to get changed yet, so I'm gonna just have to try and organize food to arrive when I am checking out. But you guys have come through with the questions today. What are you most proud of this year? It can be professionally, personally, or anything. Very reflective. I would urge you to also reflect on your own progress and your own achievements as well when I tell you mine. But what am I most proud of? Professionally, I have to say my collab with Elite 11, because I still can't believe that happened, and I still freak out when I see girls in my gym wearing it, and it really started the year off in the best possible way, and I'm so grateful for your support. I wouldn't have had that without you, so please know that. It was basically our collection. So I want to say that, but then if I, like, it's hard because I've worked with so many brands that I love and I'm proud of. Like, if I just look back this year, I got to work with King Living on the couch that I bought literally a year earlier. I got to go to South Korea in May with Jetstar. I have to put like EE and that collab at number 1, and then everything else is like an equal second after that. But yeah, I even got to work with Garnier, and I got to take Franklin to a photo shoot. He was like the face of their campaign. I got to work with Celebrations for like an Easter campaign, which was really wholesome because now we're gonna host Easter every year, and it just made me really, like, when I reflect back, it's just hard to pick one. But yeah, everything else equals second. That number 1. So that's professionally. Personally, I'm proud of myself for doing the work in my relationship. I spoke about it a little bit on the podcast this week, but your girl didn't know how to be in a healthy relationship. It did not come naturally to me. It's not something that I knew, and it's not something that I knew how to do or how to exist in, and I didn't realize how hard that was going to be, getting into a healthy relationship. I obviously went to therapy. I'm still in therapy. I'm going to therapy more regularly again right now, which has been helping me too. But yeah, it was a bit of a learning curve for me in this relationship, because I had to rewire like my core beliefs, because there was a part of me that really didn't believe that I would ever be like loved the way that I am or looked after the way that I am. And I've done that. Like, I feel like I've done that growth, and I feel like I'm in a much better place mentally when it comes to that. And even just going back to therapy more frequently, I think I was struggling a little bit throughout winter this year. Winter blues, they really did get me down, and it was nice to like have some time off to fill that cup back up. It was nice to go back to therapy to fill that cup back up, and I'm feeling a lot better now. So even just recognizing some of those signs, because my mental health was declining, even though such amazing things were happening, I'm proud that like I still took that action and still got myself the help when I needed it again. This person is so sweet. Have you considered starting your own brand? Would love to support. I love the sentiment behind this person. I hope you realize that even by just like asking that, you support me by getting around my videos, leaving a nice comment, liking, subscribing. Make sure you're subscribed. So many of you watch my videos and are not subscribed. Please subscribe, help a girl out. But I definitely have thought about starting my own brand many a time. But for me, I want to make sure that when I do start something and when I am behind it, I want it to be exactly what I want it to be, and I don't just want to like come out with something and then say, oh, you should buy this or get this or do that just for the sake of it. Like I want it to be well thought. I want it to be 100% me. I want it to be something that I am so proud, and I just haven't had that clarity up until this point. I've definitely had lots of thoughts, and I guess I'll say stay tuned, but yeah, the lack of that up until now has been more so that I just wanted to make sure that it was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to be sure about it. I'm the type of person that, well, yes, I do try to make decisions quickly. I also think it is not worth like jeopardizing your trust and not worth jeopardizing the relationship that we have. Like if I'm gonna bring out my own brand, it's gonna be a fucking good one, okay? Mark my words. I keep getting up and going into the bathroom to check how I look in the normal mirror because I'm just working off this tiny ass little compact mirror. Oh, how many sessions have you had on your laser? Can we see how it's looking? It looks a bit scary because I just had it redone last week. But this is my arm one. It's come up quite well post session that Lauren did. My girlfriend at Skin Avenue did a like trial. She was practicing on me because she's gonna start offering tattoo removal. So I said, yeah, I can be the guinea pig. Anything for you. I'll put myself in pain for you. So now both my arms and my leg tattoos have had 4 sessions each. I believe it's 4. Is it 4? Yeah, I think so. Because in my first ever session, I just did my legs. And then in my second session, I did the arm and the legs. I'm not going to show you the legs because they're hairy. I need to shave. Oh, sorry. I'll show you them maybe in the vlog. I'm just getting ready. He's like, what are you doing, my boyfriend? I said, I'm getting ready. All right. Oh wait, I need to keep answering the questions. What would your death row meal be? See, part of me wants to put McDonald's in there. Another part of me is like, no, do chicken schnitzel. So probably chicken schnitzel. To be specific, my mum's chicken schnitzel. That shit slaps. And then my entree would be, oh, that's hard. What would my entree be? My entree would be some salmon and tuna nigiri from Kasumi or Saki. I love both those restaurants and I love nigiri, so that would be my entree. My main would be chicken schnitzel, my mum's, with some pumpkin, potatoes, a beautiful like mozzarella, tomato, basil salad. And then my dessert would be either a golden gaytime ice cream, because I really do like them, or the way I'm actually really considering this, like you'll find me on death row. I will not be on death row committing any crimes, for the record, okay? And I'm bronzing too much of my chest because I'm thinking, yeah, I think I'll leave it at gay time, or like a boysenberry ice cream, because I do really like a boysenberry choc top. I do really love those. And people will say, that's an old person's flavor. Okay, good for you, don't eat it. And I am old, so no, I'm not. If you're 32, we're not old, but I would get shit all the time about the boysenberry ice cream because apparently that is like an old person's flavor, but each to their own. Let a girl live. Tell me what your death row meal would be in the comments. I'm curious. How do you know when a person is actually for you? Because I'm finding it so hard to. And then this person didn't like add another part 2. So I'm just gonna answer that. I hope, and this week we got the beautiful news that Taylor Swift is engaged. And when I saw that, I just hoped that it would be a reminder to any person out there who hasn't found their person yet, who has been going through it, who has dated the same kind of guy or had bad luck in dating, that you will find your happily ever after and you will find your person at any point in life. Like, she's gotten engaged at 35, which it just makes me happy because I'm like, of course she maybe wanted to find that sooner, but there's power in like not settling and not entering into something just for the sake of it. It is always better to be alone than with the wrong person. I will die on that hill. But for me, with my current boyfriend, how I kind of know that he is for me is I had something happen that has never happened in any other relationship. Not only could I imagine a future with him, but he gives me this sense of like peace and calmness that I do not feel anywhere else at all in other areas of my life. And I I don't want to be like I just knew, but it was different with him because I never had felt that before, and I just felt like we were immediately like aligned and connected, even though it took us a while to get to know each other, even though it took us a while to, you know, become boyfriend and girlfriend and commit. Like, we were in the trial period for a little while because of me. I wanted to make sure I was making the right decisions because, you know, I had doubted my decisions in the past, but yeah, it was just, I had this sense of clarity and I had this sense of peace, and my intuition never has once said to me like, you're settling, he's not the right person, there's better out there. Like, I feel like when you're in a relationship with someone that is not right for you or is not serving you, deep down, you know, you have that little voice in you that's like, you deserve better, babe, you shouldn't be in this. And I don't have that with him. I guess because I've done a lot of work in therapy, everything that he has done, everything that, you know, he is as a partner are the things that I want, and in the past I settled for without. So yeah, I was like, I just didn't want, I was like, when I knew it was him, when I met him, I just knew, like, sorry, that doesn't sound right, but you just have to trust. And let Taylor Swift's engagement also be a reminder. Even for me, I think to myself, I would have made every fuck up and every mistake 100 times over if I knew I was going to meet my boyfriend when I met him. Everything, like a domino effect or a butterfly effect, worked out perfectly to lead me to this. And that's the same for Taylor. It's the same for whoever else who's watching this who feels the same way about their partner. While you're going through it and while you're having heartbreak after heartbreak or having situationship after situationship, it's hard and it doesn't feel very good. But if you don't settle and if you are able to know when you deserve better and are able to not let that person waste your time and walk away from things if you need to, I believe it brings you closer to the person that you're meant to be with. Truly. That makes me want to cry a little bit because it's true. And I think I didn't know it back then. I met my partner when I was I 30 or 31? I think I was maybe about to turn 31. But yeah, what I was getting at with that is, if you know that the person is not for you, walk away sooner rather than later. I need to sharpen that. Sorry, also concentrating when I do this. I'm so sad because I had another liner. It was my Maybelline Lifter liner. It's the shade Line Leader, which I actually think I like more than this one. This is Pillow Talk Fair by Charlotte Tilbury. And it broke on me the other day. Like, I was getting close to the end, so I had sharpened it and then I've tipped it and I've gone to do my makeup. Is this gonna happen with this one? And the whole like lead came out. Which has happened to quite a few of my lip liners. So maybe it's in the way that I'm storing them. Who knows? How are we looking? See, this is what I'm talking about. I added an old situationship back for the 4th time. I feel so drawn to him. How do I stop this? So, I want you to ask yourself, what about this situationship do you find? I'm recurling my lashes again. I need a lash lift. I'm overdue for that. A double curl usually does the trick. But ask yourself, what about this situationship do you find so attractive? What about it is pulling you in? It's meeting a need for you. And I think that's the tricky thing with situationships. Like, it'll fill one part of your cup, but then it's like neglecting you in like all other areas, especially if you actually want like a committed relationship, something more serious, something more stable, something more long-term. So asking yourself what it is that you find appealing about that, and then asking yourself what your dream relationship would look like and seeing if they're aligned. And I feel like when you can get honest with yourself about what is aligned and what isn't, and about what you do want and what you don't want, because the thing is, if you do want a situationship and you just want to have a little fun, you don't want to enter into a relationship, you want something a little bit more casual, less commitment, that's not a bad thing. I don't want to villainize that, but if you do want something more serious and you're asking me, how do you stop this? It's about being really honest with yourself about that. And being really honest with yourself for future you. Because again, this situationship for the 4th time now has taken up time for you 4 different times. That's a lot of time to give to someone that you know, don't see a future with or don't want a future with. My next question is anniversary dinner suggestions, romantic please. Ooh, okay, so I've got to iron my outfit. This is so funny. While that heats up, we can answer this. Do you guys have a favorite restaurant? Go book there. Do you have a place where you went on your first date? Could you recreate that? That would be really romantic. I love a little, depends on the weather though, like a little picnic. That's quite romantic to me. Obviously, if you don't find that romantic, that's fine. What else? You could go to, depends where you are, but I said Kisumi and Saki because they're my favorite and they're Japanese, also my partner's favorite. So we love that. We love going there for a little date night. And then if you are on a budget or you don't want to go out for dinner, you could do, I've seen that trend at the moment on TikTok where you both bring like an entree, you both bring a main, you both bring a dessert, and then you like pick which one you want to go with. So that could be an option if you want to have something more cost effective, or maybe you even want to do like a cook together date night at home. I personally really love cooking with my partner. I find that quite romantic and I find that quite bonding experience. So it could be even that. But happy anniversary. I don't know how many years you're celebrating. Congrats. That's really exciting. I love love. I bloody love love. All right. That is a wrap of this video. Thank you for all your submissions. Sorry if I didn't get back to everyone. I had been a bit frazzled because I wanted to put together my campaign for Jazz Handmade. I shot a TikTok for them this morning, but now I'm gonna head off and go help them pack, and then we're gonna celebrate. See the rest of it in the vlog. Bye.